So, in case you didn't know. These are the pictures, but still people have to say it. So there could always be a slight underreporting, although these are anonymized questionnaires, so as a man or a woman, if you fill them in, your name is not under it, but still. Sexual violence in the Netherlands, so this specifically in the Netherlands, taking everybody, which percentage you are. 39% of women and 7% of men. 39% of women. 90% of those women and 4% of those men was before they were 16, so they were children. 11% of women and 1% of those men more than once. So not just once by a stranger in a park, but repeatedly, usually in family communities. And 7% of women and 0.5% of men in the last year that they were interviewed. So they were filling in the form and they have been abused in that year previous. Yes?
As I say, when I see this picture now, that 39% of the women and 7% of the men, I think this information came because the women were able to go and explain themselves in those places, maybe the doctors or whatever.
Because these are questionnaires again, surveys.
And I think that because of the men, like I told you, the men are a little bit different, because you know the issue what happened the last time about the man that has been raped, in Belgium. You see, and this is also white people in Europe, and they went through a lot, and it took a long time before they can talk about it. And now they have realized that it was priest of the Roman Catholic Church has raped, men, and there are so many victims. So many men have become the victim of this problem. So I think the 7% is because men are working things different out than women. And even if it is in the Netherlands, I take the example of the people that happen right now. This problem is happening in Belgium. So it's just our neighbor. You see, it is also European. Yeah.
Well, that's another aspect of it. I come to you is that one of the reasons people don't report about it, except for shame, is that they are in a system like with the Catholic Church happens, where they feel like they're really in danger if they do, because it's powerful people who, at that time that it happened, were still very much estimated. And has big power, especially in the South. I come to you, but these are not pictures of rape only, sexual abuse is more than rape. So, say something.
Thank you very much, Mike. In as much as I want to agree with my colleague or the last woman that spoke, I would also want to respectfully disagree with her in the sense that I don't want to play the role of a feminist here, but on the other hand, yes, going by the 7% percentage that we have here on the board of women, of men, probably they, like she put it, they underreported their own issue. But biologically speaking, we're talking about libido, that is the desire for sex, and sometimes that can somehow get out of hand. If you compare men and women, you find out that men have that desire for sex more than men. More than women. And at the end of the day, if the desire is there, you want to, actualize it as well.
I tell you.
So you understand what I'm saying? So that said, so I wouldn't say yes, that figure is underreported. But at the end of the day, I can also imagine a situation where, yes, women could as well be, more victims than men based on, let me be very clear here, based on the biological aspect of it, that men have that more desire to sexually exploit themselves, to actually, to actualize that desire as compared to women. So that is why, like I said, I will respectfully, I said,
Books are not clothes, whether that's culture or nature. I think in the end, yes, women get more sexually violated, even if we count in underreporting. But still, I think if the big message I want to give with these figures is that there's men being raped too, and men getting sexually abused too, and that we shouldn't forget about that.
Yes, take the microphone.
Brother have just spoken. With also due respect, I agree with you. Because I think your statement comes in comparison with where we were brought up in Africa. Right there, the women are being circumcised. So the sexual urge is not often as in Europe, where the women are not circumcised. So here in Europe, the women rape the men more. If we are going to make a statistic in Africa is here, but in Europe is not.
Okay. Statement 2. Girls don't know what they want, men do.
What? Girls don't know
Girls don't know what they want, and men do.
How do you call me when the first boys?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Girls don't know what they want, boys do.
They know what they want.
Yeah.
But
It can be somewhere.
Okay, that's funny because I when I wrote it down, I meant it as the kind of play that goes on where boys think, and I'm talking about more teenage boys. Boys think they know it all already. Usually are a bit quicker in engaging in sexual activities than girls, and they say, well, you like this. I know you like this. And if girls don't know what they want yet, they will go along with it. That's kind of how I meant, but I can see now that you can interpret one sentence a million ways. But that's because in the slide that I showed what are the ingredients of saying sexual healthy is knowing what you want and what you don't. Translated in knowing when you want to say no and knowing when you want to say yes. That's how I came about this statement. Anybody else has got comments?
Yes, before questions come, I just want us to have a unified front in answering or contributing to the discussion at hand. So if you have any question or you want to make a contribution, just raise your hand. No side talk so that we can be focused. Okay?
Yes.
So,
Very important. Earth in the house.
Dr. Judy, you were saying that sexual health is when we are able to know what we want and when we are also able to say yes or no. Okay. But the question is, the migrant women, are they able to say no? No. Because based on what Mr. Gun said that the desire for men is very high. So when the desire is very high, and then the man will want to ease himself, he doesn't care whether the woman is ready for it or not. So, they sometimes, I think they force the women beyond their will.
Yeah.
So in that circumstance, or in that case, would we say we really have sexual health among the migrant community?
Well, that's what I meant with the fine barrier. On the other hand, I want to break a lans. Een lans breken voor.
Een landsbreker.
I want to say something for the men too. I think, but now maybe all the women will call out for me. I think that there's also a fine line, which is difficult in a steady relationship, where women can say, no, I don't want to do yes, because they want to keep the peace. And the question is, of course, are they willing to trade off? And if the trade-off gives the man the sex and the woman the dress, I know this is a discussion, so I'm not saying what I say is the truth, but I want to kind of vote for the side of the men too, and here's the man who wants to say something.
Everyone.
Yes.
I have to say though, if every statement given such discussion, we'll be here at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm Taiwo.
Hi.
Beginning with this issue, all I think is it depends on the individual. Either you're from Africa, whether you're from Europe or from anywhere. It depends on the understanding between your partner. Unless if the man is selfish, that's where it comes to even there in Africa, if the man has the urge and the woman doesn't want, like, they still control the compromise. So it's only that, because of lack of education, because of cultural differences, this kind of thing comes from whereby the man has the full authority over a relationship. This is when it kind of comes. But basically, it depends. It's an individual thing. So it doesn't matter whether one region from another. So that's all I'm just saying.
Okay, thank you. And I can reassure you.